Good day, everyone. My name is Mary Joy Tilaon. I'm your demonstrator for today. So let's discuss the different approaches to the school curriculum. First, let's decide the learning outcomes. Describe the different approaches to the school curriculum and explain by the examples how the approaches clarity the definition of curriculum. And there are three ways of approaching a curriculum. First, curriculum as a content. Second, curriculum as a process. Third, curriculum as a product. Curriculum as a content, or in short, body of language. Focus will be the body of language to be transmitted to the students using appropriate teaching method. The likelihood of the teaching will be limited to acquisitions of the facts, concepts, and principles of the subject matter. However, the content can be taken as a means to an end. Way of presenting the content in the curriculum. First is tropical approach. Tropical approach is a much content is based on knowledge and experience are included. Next is a concept approach. Concept approach is a fewer topics in cluster among the major and sub-contents and their interaction with the relatedness emphasized. And next, thematic approach, combination of the concept that develop the conceptual structures. And next is a modular approach, leads to the complete units of instruction. Criteria in selection of the content. First is a significance. Significance is a content should be contribute to the ideas, concepts, principles, and generalization that should be attained the overall purpose of the curriculum. Its a content becomes the main developing cognitive, affective, or psychomotor skills of the learners. Next is validity. Validity, it is authenticity of the subject matter forms its validity. There is a need for validity check and verifications at the regular interval because content may not continue to be valid. So, utility. Utility is a usefulness of the content in the curriculum. It's related to the learners who are going to use this. Learnability. Learnability is a complexity of the content must be within the range of learner. And next is feasibility. Feasibility can be questioned like this. Can subject be learned within the time allowed, resources available, expertise of the teacher, and the nature of the learner? And second question, are the content of the learning which can learn beyond the formal teaching, learning engagement? And the third question, are there opportunity to be learned this? Yes. And next is interest. Interest question like this. Will be the learner take interest in the content? What value will be content have in present the future life of the learners? That's the interest question. Interest question. Its interest is the one of the drive force for the students to learn better. And next is a guide in selection of the content in curriculum. First, commonly used in the daily life. Second, appropriate to the maturity level and ability of the learners. And the third, valuable in meeting the needs and competencies of the future career. And the fourth, related to others or related to other subject fields or discipline for complementation and integration. And the last, important in transfer of the learning to other discipline. Basic principles of curriculum content. So first is a balance to the balance. Balance is a content should be fairly distributed in depth and breadth. Number two, articulation as the content complexities progress with the education level bridging should be provided. And next, sequencing. Sequencing is a logical arrangement of the content referred to sequence or order. Next is integration. Integration's content in the curriculum does not stand alone or in isolation. It has relatedness to other contents. And the last, continuity. Continuity, curriculum should continuously flow as it was before to where it is now and where it will be in the future. Okay, next is curriculum as a process. Curriculum happen in the classroom at the question asked by teacher. The learning activity engaged in the students. The process of the teaching, The learning process become the central concern of the teaching to emphasize critical thinking, thinking meaning making a heads-on or hands-on, doing and many others. That is a curriculum process. And there are way of teaching, way of managing the content, guiding learning methods of the teaching, and learning and strategy of teaching or delivery mode. And when curriculum approach as a process guiding principles are presented, curriculum process is in the form of teaching method, a strategies or means to achieve the end. Curriculum should stimulate the learner's desire to develop the cognitive, affective, psychomotor domain in each individual. In the choice of a method, learning and teaching style should be considered. Every method or process should relate results of the learning outcomes, which can be described as cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Flexibility. Flexibility in the use of process or method should be considered. Both teaching and learning are two important processes in implementation of the curriculum. So last is curriculum as a product. Central of approach in the curriculum in a formulations of behavior objectives state as intended learning outcomes. These learn or achieve learning outcomes are demonstrated by the person who has a meaningful experiences in the curriculum. All these result of the plan, content, and process in the curriculum. So that's all my discussions. Thank you for the listening. I hope you can learn. Thank you and goodbye.